Hello and welcome back to the NBA DFS Slate Breakdown for Wednesday, April 9th. We got a big slate on tap. We're going to dive into it. I'm your host, Tyler Wiemann. Now come join us at LionStar. $39.99 per month gets you access to all we do, the props, the DFS. You get it all one low price. Come join us. Come join the community and let's make some money together. Now, let's jump onto the slate position by position, starting with point guard. Bub Carrington, we got a value of 6x on him, 5,800. He's 33% owned. I am absolutely fine getting to some Bub, but let's get over to FanDuel, as that's where I've liked the players. He's 22% over here, 5,900. Definitely getting to some Bub in this spot. Wizards likely only have about 9 active guys, so the guys that are playing likely get big run, and the 76ers literally cannot stop anybody. If you look down our on the starting lineups tab, scroll all the way down to the kind of perfect lineup data that we have there, guys or positions versus Philadelphia are doing amazingly well, and pretty much attack Philly has been a very solid strategy over the last 30 days. Peyton Pritchard, 6,200, 21% owned. Boston sitting almost everybody. Jaylen Brown is questionable. Really no reason to even have him play, but Pritchard is likely to pick up the brunt of the work without those guys playing. So you got to like Pritchard. Keon Ellis, 4,900, 20% owned. There's no Malik Monk. He has a ceiling at his price. Very fine going to Keon Ellis. Keontae George, 6,100. Isaiah Collier is questionable. Collier's out. I like this play a lot more because he just has way more minutes available to him. Portland has been tough to the point guards, so a little scary there, but he absolutely has a ceiling to get it done at this price. He's coming off the bench. He's over a point per minute from fantasy point per minute standpoint, so definitely interested there. Jared Butler, 6,100. He's getting a bit pricey, but it is a good matchup versus the Wizards. Don't mind to go there. Minutes should be pretty solid and absolutely could get the chance to 30 plus. Point guard on DK, Carrington, Pritchard, Sexton, 6,200. Him, George, both get a bump up if Collier's out. But if you want to go with Sexton or George, either one is fine. Either one are good fantasy point per dollar standpoint. Sexton does get a boost from being a shooting guard versus the Trailblazers, so not quite as good versus the two. And let's get on over to shooting guard on FanDuel. Ellis, Sexton, George. We talked about Colby Jones at 4,500. He's been solid from a fantasy point per minute standpoint. Like I said, Wizards likely only have 9 guys, so we could see him get 30 minutes plus off the bench again, and you got to like that versus a 76ers team that barely has NBA caliber players on the starting lineup. Love the bench guys on Wizards that could get some play today. Zach LaVine, 7,600. No Malik Monk, so he definitely gets a boost in a workload and has been very good the last 3 games. His fantasy point per minute over the last 20 was like 0.77 a few games ago, and it's all the way up to 0.83. So that goes to show you how good he's been playing to boost, his point per minute over 20 games up, 0.06 in that short of time. So I don't mind going to some Levine. He's just playing super good. Toumani Camara, 6,200. Guy's been playing very, very well through the back half of this season. Has a ceiling to get us 40s. My issue is he kind of needs a ceiling outcome here to pay off. But with how low owned he is, I'm stumbling on my words today, I do still think it's interesting to get to a little bit of him. I'm not going to go super hard on him, though. Now, shooting guard on DK, Lonnie Walker, 5,700. Absolutely interesting. He's one of the only bright spots of the 76ers right now. Bub Carrington, Pritchard, we talked about. So small forward on FanDuel. Lonnie Walker, same price on FanDuel, like him there. Johnny Uzang, 4,200, 22% owned. So he has played 35 and 36 minutes the last 2 games. With everybody being out, I would expect those minutes to be there. If they are 4,200, you have to have some interest versus the Portland Trailblazers here. Denny at 9,300, if he's playing, absolutely into playing him. I think he's in a good spot. He's just been so good over the last month or so. Paulo Banchero, 10K. It's versus the Boston Celtics scrubs. They're not as good. Well, backups. No Boston Celtics really a scrub. They are a very good team. But versus the backups, got to have some interest here. And, I mean, the one thing is that the East pretty much has their playoff situations dialed in here. But I do like Paulo. Levine we covered. Justin Champagny, a lot of Washington guys we're going to talk about. But this is a guy that has 0.9 fantasy point per minute in his starts. And without Jordan Poole, that should go up a little bit and get solid minutes. He has produced when he gets run. He's going to get run. I like him a lot. I will have a lot of him. Surprised he is only 9% owned. And then Kamara we talked about. So let's get on over to small forward on DK. Lonnie Walker, Champagny, and Denny. We talked about him. Power forward. Bam Adebayo, 8,900, 19% owned. Versus the Bulls. Always like anybody versus the Bulls. Now, he is questionable, so we got to watch if he's in the lineup. But if he is playing, I like him quite a bit. Andrew Wiggins should be playing. Actually, sorry. Bam is playing. The news came out earlier today. And Andrew Wiggins is expected back. So the ceiling may not be quite as high, but still going to get plenty of run, and he's a good spot versus the Bulls. Denny, we talked about. Banchero, we talked about. Alex Sarr, 6,600. Another Wizard. No surprise here. It's big minutes versus the 76ers. I like them in this spot. The one thing I'll say here is I will be cautious of how many Wizards I get into one single lineup, but we know Sarr has a huge ceiling, should get solid minutes, and it's versus a very poor 76ers team, so I like the spot for him. And Draymond Green, 6,400. I only got 20 minutes last night in an absolute blowout of Phoenix, but the minute should be there. He's been playing solid minutes. Warriors need to keep winning games. It is a 17-point spread, which does scare me. So if you're playing Warriors, you may want to spur to pair with him just because this game's going to need to stay close for their stars to really get work, and Draymond is one of their stars. So power forward on DK, Banchero, Champagny, and Denny we talked about. Let's move it on over to center. Bam, Jokic, 12.9K. No, I highly doubt many changes will happen from the coaching firing yesterday. I would roll out Jokic just as I always would. Obviously has a huge ceiling, and with Jamal Murray doubtful, the ball's going to be in his hands a little bit more. Definitely interested in him. Pivot-wise, Sarr, Green, we talked about. And on to DraftKings. Adim Sarr Bana, 5,700, 20% owned. He should get big minutes. Been playing some huge minutes down the stretch here, and Wizards are a great spot versus center, so definitely interested in him. Very interested in Sarr. Nurkic at 5,300 is interesting in his starts. He does only play 22 to 24 minutes, but very good from a fantasy point per dollar standpoint, and there's not many better matchups than the Raptors. Don't mind a little bit. The ceiling is there. He can absolutely put up, 40s or mid 40 in limited minutes. So fine getting a little bit of him as well as Klingon. 5,800 for Klingon is interesting because of the ceiling. Another thing, Dupreath is questionable. Denny is questionable. If one or both of those guys are out, he likely gets more minutes and has a little higher ceiling. So interested in him as well. And that will do it for us today, guys. Real quick show. Only a couple left until the end of the season. Hope you guys have a good one. Good luck. Make some money. Peace.